everyone, thanks so much for watching. Today's video is all around the estate bond concept, or a corporate estate transfer, or a personal estate transfer. A lot of people even consider life insurance as an asset class onto its own. We do have a little bit of an article if you wanted to learn more about this concept on our blog, so visit lifedesignanalysis.com/blog. Again, it has some of the mechanics of the strategy, who it's for, some of the benefits, and of course some of the risks. One of the other little bonuses at the bottom is that we even show you how to find clients who can benefit from this strategy, so a little unique idea there. Now, as always, I'm going to be illustrating this in Life Design Analysis, and if you haven't done so already, sign up for our 30-day free trial. You can try this with one of your own clients, and afterwards we do have different options in terms of billing and packages. Of course, I'm going to log into my account. This is a cloud-based software, so you can access this on any different connected device. Now, to execute this sort of concept, again, you're going to want to go into create a new case. If you're working with an existing client, type their name. If not, create a new client. Remember, all clients are saved inside the system, so all of that casework is documented and backed up for compliance. Sort of whole life or universal life product can be used in this, and again, one of the benefits is that you're going to have a consistent output with your logo on it. But if you did want to import from one of the carriers, again, I just want to show how easy it is. Select your carrier of choice, design your quote in the illustration software, export the spreadsheet, simply grab that information and import this back into Life Design Analysis. And again, you can compare multiple different products for the same concept. Again, but it is very granular for what company you'd like to represent. I'll hide that for my case for the moment, but just to show the import process. Now again, once you've loaded in your whole life plan, again, you can set certain case controls. You can see I've done things like tag this case as corporate estate transfer. I've given it a case title, corporate estate transfer or estate bond. And remember, you can pick from certain concepts, so as soon as you hit corporate estate transfer here, again, that can select certain things like report notes, and even, scenarios and assumptions about the report itself. So you'll see below in my case controls, I now have controls for what type of estate transfer type I'm performing. In this scenario, I'm doing corporate. I have eligible and non-eligible tax rates, and I can specify which account I'd like to use. I can even use things like an asset premix, although in this example, I'm going to set this to 100%. And when you select that concept, it's going to select from the report components, but just remember, you can customize these too. So if you wanted to include an extra rates of return rather than potential capital, you could certainly do that. Essentially, though, the process is load in your product of choice, simply hit generate report, and we create a beautiful looking corporate estate transfer branded with your own logo. And again, is consistent across different carriers, perhaps even includes multiple carriers. Now, I just want to take you through the report really quickly. Again, you can put in your own things like your disclaimers, your compliance documents, a personal mission statement. You can see our report note is included in there, so this is a little bit about how the mechanics of this process works. We've got our assumptions page with all the variables we picked, like the investment mix, the growth rates, and the tax rates. And we've got this great graphic on sort of the concept level of how the two different approaches work. So the traditional way in investments, which have tax on income or tax on growth and deferred tax on gains, versus the proposed strategy of the investment going into insurance and some of the benefits of this concept. We have different charts for things like how much premium versus net estate benefit. Again, these are at your target age that you can set inside the system, versus looking at what an alternative investment would yield given the same deposit and how much is lost in tax to that. We have a chart to show the potential rates of return. You saw on the toggle before, we also have one for potential capital, but just shows the different asset classes here. Neat thing about this is we can also pull in a reduced example as well, so you can contrast changing example types right on the fly as always. And again, we have a detailed drill down of how that cash flow works in the two different scenarios, so taxable investment versus that insurance net estate benefit. And really, it's these two columns that we want to focus on in the conversation, how much greater the efficiency of the insurance is, but we do a detailed breakdown to show how taxation happens and how it's lost twice. So again, you can see things like cash flow invested in a taxable investment, how much it grows by is taxed, end of year surplus, we get a returnable dividend on hand credit. And again, this is is essentially the number left on the balance sheet. Now again, if that's to be paid out as dividends, we're going to, again, lose more of that. So that's sort of that double taxation, tax on growth, tax on withdrawal or death, versus the net estate benefit. And again, of course, you can see in the early years, of course, we pay a single premium for the insurance. We have quite a lot of benefits. So our advantage is huge in the beginning, but still a very healthy benefit in the end. And that's really what we're trying to prove with this concept, is that it's a more efficient asset transfer strategy. Again, more of a condensed chart at the end here. Doesn't quite have the flow of the corporate investment, but more of a snapshot of the two different strategies there. And finally, your contact information. So that's our corporate estate transfer. As I said, feel free to visit our website, lifedesignanalysis.com. Check out the blog on, if you are using concept insurance as an asset class, and absolutely sign up free if you're not using our software already. We're more than happy to provide full support and give you the training and tools that you need. So thank you so much for watching.